I'm 55. It's a new chapter. I'm excited. Change and growth are scary, right? And we don't always want to get out. You're plugged into. You have a husband and you have a great relationship with him and you have everything, right? And then I have all my independence. So to me, plural marriage really was a really great arrangement. All those things, but now it's just like, it's not even relevant to me now. It's so weird to be so separate from that life.
I think it's just complicated. It's a lot more complicated for Janelle to leave.
Let's make sure. I don't want to just sit here and guess. Let's make sure it's fair. Like,
is there a problem?
What does it mean and what's it going to look like? And,
You won't believe the tea we're spilling today. From secret breakups to shocking lies, this is Unreal Tea. Hit subscribe before the drama starts. Welcome, everyone. Picture a phone call so shattering that it reduces a man to his knees in a hotel room in Vegas. A call that was never intended to be received. A call that wasn't from a wife or a best friend, but from a dying son. And that voice, Garrison Brown's voice, was thick with pain, thick with honesty, and thick with finality. For years, the world witnessed the Brown family disintegrating in slow motion. But what it didn't realize was that the killing blow had been struck. Concealed on Robyn Brown's encrypted hard drive, beneath deceit and complicity, was the testimony of the person who had been ignored the most. And when that testimony was finally released, everything collapsed. This is the footage the cameras weren't meant to capture. This is what actually went down behind the scenes. Cody's fall. The silence of Robyn. The wrath of the wives. And the bond that came from heartache. Garrison's final words collapsed an empire of manipulation, favoritism, and deceit that had been so carefully constructed. In this explosive episode, we get you inside the call, the aftermath, and the raw accounting that the world will never forget. Because silence is not an option. This is not another reunion. This is a trial. And the verdict? Irreversible. In the dark silence of Flagstaff, the Brown family seethed under the burden of secrets. Nobody suspected that the most crushing admission was already on tape. Robyn Brown, by herself in her darkened room, held her phone. Garrison's name flashed on the screen. She picked up, her tone cold, detached. "Why are you calling me?" His response was subdued, but unambiguous. "Because I have to tell you this. Not Dad. You." That call never should have been made, and yet months later, it was found by a private investigator retained in the course of a custody dispute. Deep in Robyn's encrypted files was Garrison's last stand. His voice, gruff but commanding, was not a cry for aid. It was an accounting. "You broke up this family," Garrison told her. "You and your dad. You lied to him. Told him we were the enemy. You made him decide. And he decided on you." Robyn didn't respond. "He doesn't return my calls. He talks to us like failures. Like we were an experiment that failed. And it's not even that he chose you. It's that he discarded us." Robyn's response sent shivers down his spine. "Perhaps it's for the best. Perhaps you'd all be better off if you were simply quiet and obedient." The recording destroyed everything. Cody heard it in a Las Vegas hotel room. He fell to the ground, whispering, "Number, number, number!" But it was too late. Janelle cried. Christine disconnected her phone and breathed. "I knew. But to hear it, it destroyed me." Meri posted on Instagram, "Lies have short legs. But the truth? It stands tall. Even when it's too late." Robyn cracked. In a never-aired interview with TLC, she wept. "I just wanted to protect Cody. I was afraid. I didn't intend to hurt Garrison." But the other wives didn't buy it. Janelle yelled in a leaked clip, "You were protecting your control, not our son." Cody spiraled. He ghosted production, vanished from social media, and removed himself from Robyn's house with no suitcase or explanation. The world had flipped overnight. The leaked call became national news. Headlines and podcasts and mental health experts parsed each word. TLC issued a statement of sorrow and vowed to investigate. But no PR spin could take back Garrison's final words. TLC attempted to repair the story. They reunited everyone at a secluded lodge in Utah. Mission: redemption. Result: a televised meltdown. Meri arrived, dressed in black. Her tone was cutting. "You told me it was better this way? Tell me why." Robyn shook. "I was trying to protect him." Meri snapped. "You were keeping Cody safe. Not our children. Not your stepkids. You told Garrison he'd be better off quiet. And now he's gone." Cody, hitherto quiet, at last breathed quietly. "Do you think I don't hear him every night?" Janelle whispered back. "Number, we think you still hear Robyn louder." The reunion was uncut. TLC referred to it as Sister Wives, the truth we buried. And during the last few minutes, Meri approached Robyn and told her, "You never cried when it mattered. And now we buried a child because he felt unwanted." Robyn broke down. Meri departed without turning back. After the reunion, Meri left the show. Christine said, "I feel sorry for her. She'll never be able to trust me again." Janelle created a mental health foundation, Every Child Heard, in honor of Garrison. Robyn and Cody did not talk anymore. Divorce rumors went around. Nothing was ever verified, until Cody was seen sobbing alone in Robyn's dimly lit living room, gazing at a picture of Garrison. Whispering, "I let him down. I let them all down." He messaged Gabriel. No response. He pleaded to see him. And then, at last, Gabriel consented at Garrison's grave. "There," Cody cried. "I'm sorry. I should have done more." Gabriel did not blink. "Don't you dare fault Robyn. You made those decisions. You pushed us away. We needed you. He needed you. And you failed." Cody wailed. Gabriel continued, "I don't forgive you. Not yet. But showing up? That's the beginning." In secrecy, Cody reconstructed in private. Letters, not alibis. No more shooting. He retreated entirely. Robyn disappeared into the background. Her own children distanced themselves. In a group conversation Janelle had started, Dayton stunned everyone. "I heard the call. I can't pretend anymore. Garrison was our brother. You hurt him too." Aurora joined in. Brianna and Solomon dropped out of the chat. Dayton relocated. Aurora turned to Christine. Solomon remained with Cody's sister. Robyn was actually alone. Until Janelle arrived. "You don't get to play the victim," Janelle told him. "You shattered us all and now you're reaping it. Even your kids left. That should tell you everything." Janelle left a note from Aurora on the mantelpiece. "She'll come back," Janelle said, "when you stop lying to yourself." Then came solidarity. Gabriel's viral post. He was more than a brother. He was our truth. And with it, Heard was born the Garrison Brown Foundation, a veterans and mental health nonprofit, with all Brown siblings involved. Cody and Robyn were not invited. They learned through tabloids. Cody pleaded to go. The siblings said no. The coup de grace? A draft email from Garrison? "If I disappear, don't let them fake it. Let Mom Janelle lead." The launch was tragic. A tribute montage. Gabriel on stage. "He was my reflection. Now, I speak for him." No one saved a seat for Cody or Robyn. Robyn sat at home, in silence, watching online. Cody remained seated on his bed, frozen. "Do they show pictures?" Robyn asked. "They don't want us anymore," Cody said. Robyn didn't cry. She finally got it. Weeks afterward, Cody petitioned for legal separation, termination of guardianship over Robyn's children. The leaked petition shattered Robyn. She fainted in her kitchen. One last phone call. "Robyn, you swore to protect them." Cody, "I protected you, and I lost the rest of them." Robyn, "So you just erase us?" Cody, "You erased them first. Garrison died believing we didn't care about him. That's what I'm told. That's what will destroy me." He hung up. Meri posted, "All houses constructed on lies will ultimately collapse." Christine posted, "He selected her. Now he's running from the mess he created." Aurora's story. He left her. TLC had to postpone Sister Wives, rebuilding the Brown legacy. In place of it, they broadcasted The Last Wife, the rise and fall of Robyn Brown. Robyn's last public image? Grocery shopping alone. No ring. Hair tied. A missing cat flyer behind her. Responds to the name Shadow. Last seen slowly fading. And like the name on that poll, Robyn Brown faded too. The aftermath continues. Fallout across America. The world didn't stop after the foundation launch, it only intensified. Fans, mental health organizations, veterans, and other polygamist families were rocked by what had come out of the Brown home's dark corners. Individuals who had watched for years the Sister Wives drama weren't simply viewing anymore, they were responding, thinking, and talking. On Reddit, TikTok, and YouTube, tearful reaction videos poured in, many from ex-supporters who had once admired Robyn, now publicly voicing remorse. Robyn's public image plummets. Robyn's formerly sympathetic television personality now gave way to viral hashtags such as #manipulative matriarch, #justice for Garrison, and #truth we buried. Robyn's name was mentioned as a synonym for gaslighting and betrayal within weeks, both in Sister Wives discussions and in wider toxic family system discourse. Psychology podcasts even started referring to the Robyn effect, the phenomenon of focusing all empathy on one person as others quietly suffer. Robyn's mental condition is said to have worsened in the seclusion of her Sedona cabin. She no longer picked up phone calls or opened curtains, according to a confidential family source. A neighbor heard crying on some nights, ringing out across the arid Arizona landscape. TLC's image crisis. While this was going on, the network found itself in crisis mode. Advertisers yanked campaigns. Sponsors sent them letters requesting statements. At an emergency boardroom session, TLC executives discussed canceling everything Sister Wives related. Instead, they did something risky. They trumpeted a last season, a no-holds-barred documentary with the entire family's permission. They called it Sister Wives, Reckoning. Every remaining wife would have their own episode. Garrison's would be the emotional backbone of the season. Gabriel, who had become a reluctant celebrity, consented to appear on one condition. The show would feature uncensored mental health commentary. Christine's episode, Breaking the Illusion. Christine's episode was a haunting mosaic of scenes from her childhood years with Cody, set against her unedited interviews following the split. "I was never enough," she recounted. "And that's okay. Because I am enough now. Without him." Audiences saw Christine take viewers through photographs of family years gone by, highlighting times when smiles did not quite reach the eyes. "He made us feel optional," she told them. But Robyn? She was never optional. The most poignant moment was when Christine returned to Lehigh, the family's former Utah residence. With a small, framed picture of Garrison on the porch, she stood before the vacant house whispering, "We were happiest here, before the lies." Meri's memoir launch. Just weeks before the documentary premiere, Meri released her memoir, The First Wife, Loving Him Wasn't Enough. It debuted at #2 on the New York Times bestseller list. The most quoted passage read, "They thought I'd stay quiet, but the silence that protected them almost destroyed me. Garrison's voice, though brief, gave me mine back." In print interviews, Meri remained serene, unruffled, and unflappable. She didn't trash Robyn in so many words. Rather, she spoke the truth plain, unadulterated, and undeniable. "I don't despise her," she said, "but I won't make excuses for her. And I won't pretend anymore." Cody's public apology tour. Cody, on the other hand, embarked on what others felt was an apologetic tour. Too little, too late. He made appearances on several podcasts, beginning with the Modern Dadcast, sobbingly detailing, "I thought I was doing what was best. I didn't see what I was missing. I was so busy defending Robyn that I stopped protecting my children." Public sentiment was split. Some empathized. Others weren't yet ready to forgive. One of the popular tweets captured the sentiment, "Forgiveness is for the kids to give, not for us to ask." Robyn's no-shows make news. The others walked in public, and Robyn just disappeared. Not one interview. No posts on social media. No walk-ons. Her disappearance was louder than any publicity tour. It was its own brand of confession. According to People magazine, an anonymous former TLC producer said, "Robyn never wanted this. She wanted to be loved. But she confused control with love. Now, even she doesn't know who she is." The family reunites one last time. The last scene of Sister Wives. Reckoning was shot months later, a candlelight vigil on the anniversary of Garrison's passing. It was shot in silence. No interviews, no narration. Just the brothers and sisters, standing in a circle, each with a candle in hand. Cody was not there, nor was Robyn. As the camera rose up into the star-filled Flagstaff night sky, a quote popped up. "When the unheard finally speak, they change everything." The screen was black. The series had concluded. Epilogue, after the truth. 6 months later, the Brown children carried on the mission through the Garrison Brown Foundation. Scholarships were given. Housing for veterans was supported. Free therapy sessions were provided in 5 states. Gabriel was a featured speaker at mental health conferences across the country. Janelle went back to school, discreetly earning a degree in family psychology. Christine started a YouTube series on healing from spiritual trauma. Meri established a retreat center for women who overcame emotional neglect. Cody was said to have relocated to Montana and gone off-grid. Robyn kept quiet, seen once in public, her eyes concealed behind thick sunglasses, walking her dog along Sedona cliffs. And Garrison? He became more than a memory. He was transformed into a movement, unraveling the silences. The dust did not settle, it moved. During the several months after the conclusion of Sister Wives, Reckoning, the story did not pass away. It changed. Viewers started sharing their own accounts of estrangement, favoritism, loss, and recovery. Social media became an open diary, in which strangers penned love letters to Garrison's memory and long treatises regarding what they had learned from the Browns' downfall. Therapists and life coaches even started to utilize the story of the family as a case study for classes on emotional neglect, religious trauma, and boundary recovery. Gabriel's emergence as a voice for the voiceless. Gabriel Brown's transformation was nothing short of astonishing. The quiet son who once avoided the spotlight now stepped into the role of reluctant advocate. He began traveling across the country, speaking at youth conferences, university panels, and veterans' memorials, often starting his talks with the same powerful line. "My brother died believing silence was safety. I'm here to prove him wrong." Gabriel was not flashy. He did not seek fame. He wore the same tattered hoodie to almost every appearance, sometimes speaking in a quiver of his voice. But it was that vulnerability, that unvarnished, unrehearsed sorrow that made people pay attention. One goes viral, speech took hearts everywhere. He wasn't the rebel, he wasn't angry, he was exhausted. Exhausted from trying to be seen in a family that revolved around only one person. Robyn's sister speaks out. Just when the internet appeared poised to move on, a bombshell was dropped. Melanie, Robyn's estranged sister, appeared on a podcast called The Family Trap, hosted by a former polygamist wife turned activist. For years, Melanie remained quiet. But watching the family disintegrate, and Garrison's name used as a rallying point, she said, "Was my breaking point." Melanie shared that as early as childhood, Robyn had strong abandonment fears which later manifested as control mechanisms as an adult. She wasn't bad, Melanie said, but she learned to survive by making herself the center of every scenario. She didn't know how to share love, only how to compete for it. Her words reignited outrage online. Number Robyn exposed, and number Sister spills truth trended for days. TikTok influencers broke the podcast down minute by minute, and trauma therapists sewed it into therapeutic deconstruction on narcissistic dynamics. TLC faces legal blowback. TLC wasn't in the clear. A class action suit was brought by former crew members alleging that they were coerced into capturing traumatic scenes without proper psychological training or mental health assistance. One of the former camera operators testified in a court affidavit, "We filmed Garrison crying in the garage, knowing something was very wrong, but we were told to keep rolling." The suit rocked the world of entertainment. Other networks subtly started changing their policies. Netflix even included mental health provisions in its reality show contracts. TLC issued a boilerplate statement regarding evolving standards, but viewers weren't placated. Janelle's quiet courage. In the chaos, Janelle was calm. Choosing to get a degree in psychology was no publicity stunt, it was her anchor. She started writing essays on Medium, Letters to My Children, where she outlined her thoughts on motherhood, polygamy, and guilt. In one of them, she wrote, "I thought stability was love. I thought staying was strength. But now I see silence isn't peace. It's pain on mute." Her columns attracted thousands of responses. Married, divorced, and ex-religious women all wrote to her in the comment boxes. One woman said, "You gave me permission to mourn the family I faked was okay." The last confession. When the silence had been pulled too tight, it at last burst. It was late autumn in Sedona when one anonymous email traveled to producers, reporters, and a few Brown family members. Its subject line was simple, "Before it's too late." Attached was a 20-minute voice memo. Its author? Robyn Brown. It was recorded weeks prior, sometime after Cody had initiated divorce proceedings, after the foundation had been established, and after all of her children had moved out. The voice on the tape was flat, unguarded, no scripted sobs, no stammering alibis. I don't know if anyone will ever get to hear this, but if you do, know this: I'm not seeking forgiveness. I don't believe I deserve it. I broke something beautiful. I didn't mean to, but I did. I wanted to be loved so badly, I stole it. I wanted to belong, so I drove people away. I made Cody decide. And then I cried when they didn't select me. I told Garrison he'd be better off quiet. And now, I hear that silence each and every day. The memo went viral. It was leaked to the tabloids, aired on podcasts, and put on YouTube. It wasn't edited, but it was genuine, real, too late but honest. Christine replied first, with a short TikTok. She did not attack. She did not even weep. She merely stated, "Truth is, I always hoped she'd see it one day. I just wish Garrison didn't have to die for it to happen." The final chapter for Cody. Cody Brown, erstwhile head of a sprawling polygamous dynasty, had retreated from sight. TLC confirmed he had officially terminated all contracts. No spin-offs, no reunion specials. Simply a simple, signed release. No further participation, no compensation requested. The Cody, who once bristled so resolutely in front of the camera wives, children, control, was photographed one last time alone, roaming an antique mall in southern Utah. Witnesses called him unshaven, lost, and carrying one dog-eared copy of the 4 agreements. Then came something nobody saw coming: an open letter in People magazine, simply, "To my son. You were right. I hung up because it was simpler than hearing your disappointment. I allowed the vision of being a father to take the place of the doing of it. I don't know if I'll ever be forgiven, Garrison. But I hope this world remembers you not by your silence, but by how loud your truth became." It was the most vulnerable thing Cody had ever revealed, and it ended in a signature never before seen. Cody, not dad, not patriarch, just Cody. Meri's last interview. Meri, newly back from her going viral conference speech and memoir popularity, consented to a last television interview before she retreated from public life. The location was serene, one of her new Utah gardens. No team. Just one handheld camera and a veteran producer who had once shot the first seasons of Sister Wives. She was asked, "Do you regret the life you lived in that family?" She smiled gently, leaned forward, and whispered, "I don't regret the love. I regret the silence. I regret not walking away when I felt myself shrinking. But Garrison's death changed me. It changed all of us. That boy, he taught me that even if you're scared, even if it's too late to be heard by the people who hurt you, you still deserve to speak. A new generation, A new legacy. 6 months into Garrison's foundation opening, Herd had received more than $3 million in donations. With it, the first Garrison Brown Healing Center opened in Boise, Idaho, providing free mental health services to military families, religious trauma kids, and disconnected youth. It wasn't cut by a star, but by Gabriel, who sported a shirt with Garrison's handwriting scrawled across the chest. "I just wanted to be heard." The funeral was plain. No media frenzy. No sobbing speeches. Just relatives coming, tentatively smiling, clasping hands. Outside, there was a framed picture. Garrison embracing his dog, grinning, eyes bright. Christine stood silently next to the photograph and spoke softly. He finally found his place. Robyn's silence becomes her story. No one has seen Robyn in months. A one-time neighbor told her house in Sedona had come on the market quietly with a private broker. No name, no photos of the inside. Just a single line. Withdrawn from the world, but still watching it turn. Insiders think she relocated to a small town in Colorado, renting in someone else's name. No social media. No family tie. She lives today as a specter of her decisions, her quiet, her downfall. The end of Sister Wives and the start of something new. TLC formally ended Sister Wives following a 17-year stint. The closing shot simply said, Asterisk. In loving memory of Robert Garrison Brown, 1998, 2024. May every voice finally be heard. Asterisk. Viewers didn't weep because the show had ended. They wept because for once it spoke truth. In its aftermath came the headlines and the exposes. It was more than that. It ignited a reckoning. It ignited a movement. Families sat down to have hard talks. Estranged children called up estranged parents. Mothers apologized. Fathers dropped the act of silence being strength. Garrison's voice, previously silenced, now echoed on. And in that silence, in that pain, in that unfinished sentence, the world finally heard. This family's drama is far from over, so smash like if you're number Team Wives, subscribe for the next explosive update, and drop a comment below. Who do you think will win? Stay shady, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next scandal. Behind TLC Sister Wives out.